All right. All right, ladies. Well, I hope everyone has had a great start to the week and an awesome Monday. I feel like I came into this week already exhausted. It's been so hard since the boys started soccer. It's like no off days, no sleeping in days. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need my day of rest to refuel. But I was excited with it being launch day, so I've pushed through. So it's been nice to have some downtime. I have to make the most of those few hours that I have where the house isn't like a hurricane just hit. So I hope y'all like. So I do want y'all's feedback on if you like the PowerPoints that I've kind of done these last 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm writing out handwritten notes anyway, so I feel like this just gives you guys a better visual. I love a bit. Well, it's not like pictures are pretty or anything. I'm not that fancy or tech savvy. I'm not Jenna or anything, but the one time she threw together her beautiful PowerPoint in a matter of minutes, like kind of sick. But I love that. But I did want to put this together. So let's see. Got to bear with me because it is my old computer. So, all right, y'all can see everything? Okay, thumbs up. All right, awesome. All right, so I don't know, this kind of like sometimes it's like from week to week, I'm like, what are we going to talk about this week? I feel like we talk about the same things over and over and over, and maybe even some of this is repetitive or it's being worded in a different way, but I just felt it on my heart, like this is something I feel like we should really talk about, and I think it goes hand in hand with us being day one of a coach exclusive VIP launch, and just like talking about prospecting, but the mindset behind that and how we can just get so entrapped in the fear and just doubting ourselves, and really ultimately the reason why it is that we do what we do. So I'm excited. Overcoming prospecting paralysis. Okay, few quick announcements that I threw on here. As we just talked about, today was 30-day breakaway. It is here for coaches and VIP customers, members, however you want to word that. So let us know in the chat if you've signed up for that. I love this because all the people that I've come into contact with, there are so many people, it really is. You're either on one end of the spectrum or you're not. You're like, nobody's like, me, running's okay. You either love it and you get those highs, or you're like, I loathe running. And that is me. Like, I hate running. But I remember I used to do it a lot, like right when I first started coaching, and my body responds to cardio very, very well, but my knees just suck. Like even today, like I literally thought I was gonna fall on my face because my knees buckled, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it, whatever. I'm doing this. I will get through this one way or another. So here's to, like, if I have to get KT tape, or I really should invest in better shoes. I need to eat my own words. And sorry if you guys wear Brooks, but I've just never been attracted to Brooks shoes, and it shouldn't matter about the look of the shoe. It should matter about the fact that they're supporting my knees and my joints and my ligaments. But I like cute shoes, and Brooks aren't cute to me. But I have seen like one pair before. But I like Asics too, but they're super expensive. I'm like, to run in? I don't know. I just need to get out of my own head, but that's my thoughts on that. So a little bit about 30-day breakaway. Workouts are going to be released on a week-to-week basis. And you guys, get in this VIP early access group with the Dallas. You do not even have to purchase the program to get in there, but you have that one-on-one kind of with her where she's sharing about the different program, and I hope y'all are on the wake-up call today, because I love just the breakdown of the format, and she really, like, it's just incredible to know like how on an emotional level this has changed and impacted so many lives, whether they hate and loathe and are very beginner runners, or if they're marathon runners, and how they're fighting and breaking through and beating their PRs. It's just a beautiful, well-rounded program to see the different components of that. So request to join that group, as it only lasts for 2 weeks, to the up until the 19th, I do believe. Again, anyone who completes the 30-day breakaway, you can print off your bib if you want to wear that for your virtual 5K day, or if there is one like in person that you want to do. I don't know. I know the world's crazy and everybody's different now. However you want to get that done, but you can print that off and you take a picture of your virtual 5K, and then you get your medal. And I think they said you still get the shirt too. If y'all know, y'all can quote me on that. I'm not sure. But they even do like the one on I threw on here about Beachbody partnering with to fight homelessness. That's pretty cool. Or if you just have a specific charity that's hosting a type of run, November is typically known for lots of runs. So just partner with that, and add that extra layer of accountability and purpose and well-being to behind what it is that you're pushing for. A few more. The training boot camp, that's what I just talked about. The team IG challenge that y'all hopefully saw my post with that today. Literally all you got to do is show up, be a part of that, and you can go into the $25 Amazon gift card drawing. Or I mentioned, if Amazon's not your thing, which I don't know how it could not be, literally I couldn't find some flashcards at the store, so I got them off Amazon. They were here 2 days later. So it's like, we need those for studying with the kids. And it's just like any little thing like that. Amazon's a game changer. Contact management enhancements. You guys, they are constantly making updates to the BOD app. And I'm so grateful for that. Like, I feel like I literally, context savvy self can't even keep up, but it's such a blessing that they now, like, you can schedule, it's like integrated, and y'all check the FAQ to, like, y'all can probably learn better than I can. Like, you can schedule follow-ups now, like how it integrates with your coach office and the BOD app. So I think that's really cool. I just found out this week, like, if you click on your person in the BOD group, it'll like actually share the last time that they checked into the group. Crazy. So I love all that they're doing to make that very user friendly and to help us coaches help the people within the groups. Update to the new coach promo codes. If there's new coaches on here or you're signing new coaches, I think this is important. I think they've changed this like twice. So the latest on this is new coaches will receive one promo code right up front as they enroll. And then once they sign up to be a co-admin or create their own BOD group, then that's when they're going to get 3 additional promo codes that they will last for 60 days. So I do love that they've changed that a little bit just to help new coaches, step into that accountability role, whether it's co-leading or leading a group, because it's only going to add that extra layer of accountability to themselves and to their goals as they ask other people to join in alongside of them. Save the date, super weekend. I want to talk about this every single week because events are like the 5th body behavior in my opinion. So November the 7th, that Saturday, this is like the map to kind of tell you how they're doing it differently. It's based off of your region. So that's the different regions there, but mark your calendar for that Saturday. It's typically maybe around 2 hours, give or take, depending on how big it is, but I'm guessing they're all going to be pretty big with the new format. All right, quick recognition because I've not done my best at this, and I do apologize, but I want you guys to know that I do see the hard work you're putting in. I'm so proud of you guys. So myself and Donna hit Success Club last month for September, and then Heather, she did change a life as well. And then this month so far, Donna and I are on the Life Changers board within the first 5 days, so that's pretty cool. And knowing that we are in the midst of a big launch, I hope to see many more of you on here within the next couple of days as we capitalize on the coach launch. So you guys, I know that's a lot of announcements, so I want to kind of talk fast through all this because I kind of got long-winded in my slides, so I want to make sure I get through this. And this is kind of the question I asked when I introduced this topic to you guys, and it's like just being honest with yourself and to the team, and feel free to utilize the chat as we're going through this stuff. If anything touches on your heart, if you have questions, thoughts, anything. But do you feel like you're always busy, but you just cannot get over that paralyzing fear of reaching out to people? Therefore, even though you're super busy, maybe doing all the things, but you're not doing the important thing, you're probably making little to no progress and beating yourself up or second guessing, why you're even here. But this is why I really want to take it back. This is the important part, because I can almost guarantee you, because you're thinking about your business in all the wrong ways, and you may not even realize it. So people have been taught, and even if you haven't been taught, I'm sure that you've seen or even been approached or reached out to by other network marketing companies. I know I've said this on a recent call, and it's nothing against them because I actually do love their books. But if one more person sends me the exact same script about these Usborne books, I may want to like claw my eyeballs out, So it's like, don't be that person. But thankfully we are so much more, again, Books are great. They're educational. They're very important. But you guys, we have something so much more to that. And that's really what I want to get down to, is how we're viewing that outreach and how it is we're viewing what it is our purpose is as coaches and why we are here. Because we just are instilled like network marketers are just salespeople, you know, when really we have to, and it is, we know, you know, our results come down to a numbers game ultimately, but we have to peel that back so much further and know the ultimate reason behind that. You know, our focus cannot simply be on how many customers or how many coaches. Again, you need these goals. You need to have boundaries and expectations and clear, defined goals from month to month and even for the year. That's why we create those vision boards, to just know what it is that you're working for. But it has to go deeper than that. And that's, you know, like the reason why I have the sticky notes all over my house, to know what those numbers ultimately mean. But I mean, because I'm guilty, I know like my competitive mindset and just fighting for big goals and big numbers and, you know, growing our income and all the things. It's easy. Do not get me wrong. It is so easy to get wrapped up in that. And then we're just left feeling so stressed and so burnt out because, oh my gosh, we don't even know why we're here anymore. I'm constantly reaching out and I just feel like I'm talking to a wall. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, to just really rein it back in. And, you know, when we get like that, give ourselves a breather, just push it back for a second. You're like, okay, why are you really here? Why are you reaching out to these people and sharing and offering them to be a part of what it is that has changed your life? So these people that are ultimately successful that we're seeing, although we often neglect to think about what it is that they went through to get to that point, or what it is that they're sacrificing to get to that point. But these people do not look at this as just another number, as just another sale, just another challenge pack commission. Rather than being that salesperson, they see themselves as problem solvers. You guys, food for thought. If I tell you to go out and recruit 20 people in the next 60 days, 30 days, 90 days, whatever, instead, go out there and solve 50 problems in the next 60 days. How does that simple little question shift your whole mindset around your business and the products and the opportunity that you have to offer? Like, instead of focusing on just building a team and signing X number of new coaches and new customers every month, would you actually look for people who have problems that need to be solved? I can guarantee you every single one of you said yes to this because you had a problem that needed to be solved. I would almost bet money that it wasn't because you were on a high and feeling good and you're like, yeah, let me just add one more thing because why not? You know, life's all grand. But no, I know for me, I was hurting. I was desperate for a change. You know, I was so tired of being sick and tired. And while I had said no to this for 3 months because I didn't have the money, I didn't understand the value in it, it just finally hit me and I came to that fork in the road and I was like, holy crap. I'm willing to do whatever it takes at this point. And that's why I said yes and just jumped 2 feet forward, clueless and scared, but willing to fight to save my marriage and my life and everything else. So this is what happens, you guys. When you shift from that sales focus to a service mindset, that's when you can step outside of your own fear and focus on the needs of others. It's not about, we have to, because honestly, let's just be real. When we're focused on the sales, that's a selfish mentality. We're not focusing on their need and how we can help them. We're just throwing the current promo solution on them because we need 2 more points or we want that $50 commission. You know, we're working towards that SC5, SC10 goal. But that's why we have to remember, that's why we ask questions. Because ultimately, we're not just like, here you go, this is what I think, you know, but ask them, what is it that you need? What is it that you're struggling with? What brought you to reach out to me? Like, how can I help you? Like, you have to be genuine and authentic and not rush those things from time to time. So not only will you see way better results in your business, almost guaranteed when you're real and genuine in those connections, but you're also going to start feeling more joy and fulfillment in your life. And you're going to remember, like, this is why I do what I do. And that's why I tell you guys to have that why folder, because it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Nothing is. That's real life. But when we're having those hard days, like, I save anytime I get like a super sweet or, something, text or message, like, I screenshot that and I save that to my folder. And on those really sucky days where I just need something to rein it in, I'm just struggling, usually emotionally, then I can take it back. Like, Christy, this is why you're doing the work. This is why you're showing up, to help these people who need you. And again, I told y'all last week on my tracker every single week, my target market are right on here. People who need me and need the gift that I have to offer them. And I have to remember that. And that's great. I love this sheet because I'm being forced and to be reminded of that every single day. So think about this question. How amazing would it be to think about the number of problems you've helped solve for people? Instead of just like, oh, yay, SC10, that's great. That's an amazing accolade, an amazing recognition. But when you're like, holy crap, I literally changed 5 lives and this is how I did it. I helped somebody come off their blood pressure medicines or did depression medicine. They saved their marriage because they realized they are worthy, and now that they love themselves, they too can better love their family and take care of their loved ones because they realize it starts with them and they are worth that investment of being the best version of themselves. Whatever it is, like, what a gift that we can share that. So I think it would be safe to assume that you'd wake up so much more excited to get to work your business and not be like, holy crap, I don't want to do this again today. Like, why? Just shooting ourselves in the foot, but changing that mindset, like, oh my gosh, I have the opportunity to go inspire and potentially change a life today. Because it's in a total alignment with your purpose and your mission and your values, and it lights you up deep down in your soul to know that you're fighting to be the best version of you, to provide the best that you can for your family, and just to encourage others to do the same. This kind of growth is the inevitable, I can't even try to say it, big words, a byproduct of leading with that love and that service heart, you guys. So how do we do that? And this is what we have to remember. Although we sell products, we sell programs, we sell community, we sell all the things, which is a beautiful thing that we all are so holistic, but they're buying a solution, you guys. They're buying you because they can relate to you and they trust you. But here's the thing. Maybe you're showing up in your stories, in your feed, and you're constantly like, okay, day 1, 30-day breakaway, it's done. Bring on day 2. Like, that's great and all. And it does have that layer of accountability. But you guys, people aren't buying the products. People aren't buying the programs. What has that program done for you? What has that I've said this before, I wouldn't say Shakeology or 30-day breakaway, because why? They're just going to turn to Google and they're not going to come to you asking questions. So you have to, give that curiosity marking somehow, and then make them come to you, make them ask questions. But the only way that they're going to do that is if you're sharing the emotion behind why you're showing up and you're sharing your journey. Because if we're just flinging shakes or here's another sweaty selfie and giving no purpose or reason behind why we're doing what we're doing, then they're probably just going to keep scrolling, whereas, that's why we say transformation posts are so huge, because they're like, holy crap, she's doing something. What is she doing? But even more importantly, it's just like sharing what is changing on the inside, even more so, in my opinion, than what's changing on the outside along this journey. Like, that's how people are going to relate to you when you peel back those layers. And you have to share why it's also important to you. So, this is just being truth with ourselves, because I know I've done it. So I think it would be safe to assume we all have, but it's just easy to skim the surface and take that easy way out. It's easy to just share the selfie and just talk about the workouts and not share that emotion behind it, because that's scary, it's uncomfortable, it's hard. Like when I'm sharing like a really raw and emotional pose, like my stomach, even to this day, 6 days later, gets in the tightest knots and it makes me want to vomit. But that's the thing. Those are the posts that I know that I need to post more than anything else, because I am, I'm using my mess and turning it into my message. Because you guys, think about all that you've overcome along your journey, whether you're brand new or you've been here for years. Because even if you're not where you want to be, and hopefully you're not, because this is a journey, there is no final destination, you guys. We're constantly all digging deeper to reach bigger and better things for ourselves. Giving ourselves grace and celebrating those milestones, that is key. To not constantly beat yourself up like, oh, I'm still not where I want to be. No, you celebrate the milestones, but then you use that as fuel to keep digging deeper. But you guys, we have to know, like, I promise you, I guarantee you are here right now because you're so much further than when you first started. Whether, you've where you want to be or not, you've grown. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's the things that you have to share with others, because they need to know that they are not alone. And this is just a few examples. Like for me personally, like if you guys feel stuck and you just don't know what to talk about, take 5 minutes after this call and write down what it is that you've overcome along your journey. And then use those to breadcrumb, every day, or spread them out, whatever, to tell pieces of your story. Overcoming, I've talked openly about my history of depression and anxiety. I was on 7 medications in my young 20s for this, including the migraines with those 2, you guys. And I was like, there's so much more to life. Like, I'm young, I should be healthy, I should not. And then the medicines that I was on just numbed me. They didn't help anything. That just like, it was terrible. And I was like, I felt trapped inside of a body. And I was a stress eater. I would work out. I've always been into fitness my entire life, but you couldn't tell, and I couldn't feel it, because after I'd work out for an hour at the gym, I'd go binge on a whole pizza by myself. Not to say that I'm not still a stress eater and I still don't binge, because I am human, and I openly admit that, and there's no shame in my game. I love food, but it's not like it was. I've learned the moderation aspect behind that. But one of my biggest things that I've learned is that I now love myself, and I have that confidence, to show up on social media and share my journey. Whereas I always before, for 25 plus years of my life, before I started, like I was always the one like hiding behind the camera. Like I refused to let people take pictures of me because I was that insecure and that broken on the inside. And I would try to smile on the outside, but I'm like one of those, like, what is it? Like, not, I don't know. I can't like hide my emotion. You can read it all over my face, but that was me. So then I would just stay home and I would look for every excuse in the book never to leave home. Still a homebody, but all for different reasons. But, being caught up in that comparison trap that I feel like so many of us women are, and just never feeling good enough. I felt compared to my sister my entire life. I love my sister, but we are polar opposites, and she's 3 years older than me, and she was always like 30 pounds lighter than me. So it's just like all the things, that I would just, or in our infertility journey, that was very hard and very stressful for so long. Like, why can't I have kids? And all these, every time you turn on social media, somebody else is pregnant. It was so hard and made me feel like, well, why not me? But this journey has taught me so much, and that I know that God has a purpose and a plan for me, and I'm able to use this platform to share that and share my message, and help others who struggle with those same things. So, and this just, is inevitable too, that this year with 2020, you guys, I can only imagine the statistics behind how much the depression, the anxiety, and the stress eating and all those things have just skyrocketed that much more. So why would we not want to share that? Why would we not want to share something that is so close to us, and we know that we've overcome, or maybe we're even still fighting to overcome? Like, hey, I feel you, sister. I understand. I just want you to know I'm here for you. I'm praying for you, or whatever it is that you can do to like help them through that. Like if you're ever hurting, just reach out, just let them know that they're not alone in their struggles. But I think so often we go back to that selfish mindset and then just a sales mindset to where we limit ourselves to where we're so focused on these things instead of having that power to change and impact our lives in a positive way. So just using that spin, like how does that change your mindset? Like I know to me that is so empowering just when I get those messages like, thank you for sharing this. Thank you for being real. You have no idea how this cut me deep and like it tugged on all the heartstrings. Like those are the messages where I'm like, okay, I know I'm doing the right thing. Because, if you're speaking to everybody and just being vague, you're really talking to nobody. So, talk to those people who can relate to you and who need you, because I promise you there are people out there who need you and your story. So when you start peeling back those vulnerable layers, I can promise you that your followers are going to love, respect, and trust you that much more. We all know no one relates to perfection. Like, if anything, it just makes me, like, feel like, why? You know what I'm saying? But they crave the real in the raw. And again, going back to just all that 2020, it's nasty and negative enough. So why not be the difference? Why not be the light in a dark world? Like nothing like breaks me more when there people are like, oh, I gotta get off social for a while. Not to say that we don't need time to rest and recharge, but when it's so bad that they just completely have to tune out, like that's an opportunity for us to, just be the difference maker. Stand up and stand out even when it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. And that's why we're in this together. We are a team. So just like I know I was glad that I made that post in September, I feel like we all struggled. We all had so many things. It was just a hard month. But then we're like, I can relate. I was struggling. Okay, it's a fresh start. Let's lean back in together. Like those are the things that when we know that we're not alone in those struggles, but together we're going to push through and we're going to be so much stronger for it. So you guys, you have the ultimate gift. Do not be selfish. Share that. Somebody needs you out there. 2.2 billion people. I think that's just in the US alone, not to count Canada, UK, and now France, that struggle with some type of health-related disease. You guys, and we have everything to fix that problem. Like, not to say, and I would even go, I'm a believer in medicine. I do have a nurse background, but I do and that's why I'm so grateful for that. But I'm also grateful to share all the things that I know that can help, if not eliminate, relieve so many of those problems and those struggles that people struggle with. I think almost majority of them all come back to our self-values and how we're treating ourselves from the inside out. The foods that we eat, the more we move our body, and we have the opportunity to help them with that. So I think that's my last slide, actually. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share and read the chats. I cannot believe I went through that so fast because I had like 11 slides and I was like, I'm not going to get through. I have A6. Oh, yeah, I like A6. Me, okay. Yeah, outlets are typically cheaper, right? So I'm like, I'm so bad. People tell me all the time, I'm very cheap. I'm a budgeter. I like to save money. And, shoes, I need to, because that's why my knees hurt so bad. But yeah, I need to let you know because I got some Under Armour ones. I did not like those. So I don't know. Christy said, preach. You'll have to show me which part you were talking about. I can get off on a tangent. Did y'all see an increase with interest when you're doing talks on social? What exactly do you